Okay, so this is our little area that we write about the enemies and plan them out. And we did quite a few things for these last 3 yesterday. We had some ideas, and it's all about getting their skills put into the database today and tested, making sure that they are good and fun to battle against, because we've basically done the first 4. We were messing about with the bees and the flowers a lot the last couple of streams, and I think they're at a stage now that their battles are kind of working quite well. I am going to start the stream with a test play though to see how they go, but then we'll move on to these guys. And some of the they're not too hard, some of the skills we've got planned. I think the spook one is probably but I think we've got that one working. I think Storm helped me with that one yesterday, but we'll have to test them out and see how they work. The one that we had a question mark about was the deer. There was the 3rd skill we wasn't sure about, but I'm kind of like thinking a counter sort of attack could be cool. Just something like that was the first thing I could think of that we haven't really done so far. But I was thinking like maybe, I don't know if it's possible, I'll talk about it later, but I had something in mind for how it could work, so I'll chat about it with you guys in a sec once the time comes when we start working on the deer. Hello Juice, how are you doing today? It's so good to see you. Hoping a good day, Juice. Yeah, that's how I say Juice's name, like juice, like a drink. And Elite says it is Juice as well. It's awesome. Juice is your new name, Juice. What's everybody's favourite juice to drink? That's a good question to ask. Stumpy60, yeah, just so you know, chat. We've got a plan for our 60th stream, which will be on Tuesday. It's going to be an appreciation stream to this character right here. And he's gonna be sitting in the corner with me on the 60th stream. It's because we love him so much. And I started to get the idea that maybe for special streams that end in a 0, we can have an appreciation stream to somebody or each of those streams for a character, for an NPC in the game, a character or a monster, anything at all. I'm surprised we haven't had one for Carol the Barrel yet. Surprised you have a kid, you don't look like a parent. Do you know what Elite looks like, Serial? Well, he looks like a scary wizard, but he also looks like a cute waifu too, because he can be anything. Elite can be anything at all. For some reason UK people call me like that. Cranberry juice. Yes. What's the real pronunciation of your name, Juice? I'm going to just stick to calling you Juice because it's my thing now. I think we're pretty much established Juice as your name. I'm thinking that Cyril got confused and thought that he thought I had a kid. I don't have children. Just to make that clear, it was Elite that mentioned that he's got the kids. I'm totally old enough to have kids though. My mum was my age when she had me, and she was old when she had kids, so I'm not young. But yeah, I'm not a parent, and I probably wouldn't suit being a parent. You said you did. Oh, you thought I did. Yeah, I thought maybe you thought it was me, but no. I couldn't imagine myself having children. Who say hero? Okay. Oh, is that how you say it? That's interesting. Thinking yeah. I was reading his message. Okay then. So, right. What should I? Oh yeah, I changed a few things with these enemies. I've decided to get rid of photosynthesis. I made the decision yesterday off stream, but we did chat about it potentially being removed on stream yesterday because it was just a bit. It made the battle a bit too manic. There's too much going on. And one thing I did realise is that the aromatherapy skill for the flower, which heals allies, also heals the flower too. So it's like, it makes photosynthesis pointless. That was basically a self-heal. So aromatherapy is enough, I think. Although I thought it was a pretty cool concept. We can always introduce it to another enemy in the future that probably doesn't have a heal for everybody. There'll be a time when we can have something like that, I'm sure. So I tested the battle, and I think it's much better now that we got rid of that. And I also brought Petal Slice back in place of photosynthesis. And I think it's good to have the attack for the flower, at least one attack, because we will have a battle of just flowers as well, because I think having a flower only battle before we have a combination of flowers and bees will be a good thing, just to introduce the player to the mechanics of the flower, so that when they see the bee and the flower in one battle, they'll have already fought against each of those individually, so they know what they are and what the mechanics are. So I think maybe start winding way with a flower, then a bee, and then a flower and a bee for the next battle maybe. Hi Kias, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. How's it going? I think I would say Kias' name's different every single day. I either say Kaz, Kias, or Kayas. Which one is it? It's gotta be one of them. Good balanced decision. Yay. Maybe it's none of them. Okay, so, and yeah, the bees were basically sorted. We were happy with those yesterday. I changed one thing about the look of the worker bees. You might not know, you might. Guess what it is? I made their eyes grey. Just it makes this queen stand out a little bit more. And this was what I was thinking with the deer too, because the deer's currently got red eyes. And I was thinking maybe for the counter attack, if we was going to have that as the third skill, they'd do the skill and they'd just literally change their sprite to red eyes, and maybe they could have black grey eyes by default, but then they change the sprite to red eyes, and that could be like the warning, don't hit it, otherwise you'll get counter-attacked. Sort of a bit like the Scorpion in FF7 when he had his tail up. And that was just a thought. I don't even know if it's possible to make the graphic change for a skill. It might not even be a thing, but I'm just assuming it might be, because it's pretty straightforward enough, I hope, to do that. Just do a graphic change, like literally the colour of the eyes would change. Who knows? We'll look into it today. Thighs with a K. Or Kaiser without the ER. K's. K's or Kai's. Yeah, it's one of them. I'll probably say it different every stream. But I'll maybe one day I'll figure it out. Okay. The second one. So it's K's, like, Kai's. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I always forget what I said first. Kai's. Kai's. Is that it? Kai's. It rhymes with cries. Like when you cry, it rhymes with that. Is that right? Have I got it right? Astrometry names. It is. That is my speciality. Okay, so RPG Maker. Time to get these skills in, and I've already sort of put them in. Let's have a look. I've got them all in now. I've put a little star asterisk next to the ones that haven't been done yet, just so I remember. The ones that don't have an asterisk next to them are skills that have already been correctly done and sorted. So, yeah, all first four: mushroom, plant, toxic plant, flower, bee, all done. Deer, charge, that's just a normal attack, that's easy. Disease bite, lower defense, the target. I've added a debuff for defense 5 turns. That was easy enough. And then it's just this third one that we have to do. Stumpy has waddle. Is it waddle or waddle? Waddle. This is a stream where I'm asking how everything's pronounced. And that's just a normal attack, so that was very easy enough. Sticky Fingers is going to be... I wondered what it could be, you know. We figured it could be a debuff. I was a bit unsure what sort of debuff, and I thought maybe like just a stun for one turn could work for Sticky Fingers, because it kind of fits with the name. Basically, because trees have sap, maple syrup sort of thing. So he'd use his sap to Sticky Fingers to kind of stun the target. That could kind of fit, and it'd be like it'd be super cool to have an animation. I think we said, oh, where's my notes? I'll get my notes up in a bit, but something like he have a little syrupy animation. I mean, I don't know if there's one in the default animations that looks like... We could always just use a water animation and change the colour to a syrupy colour, and that would look like syrup, but we'll have a look and see what's there in a bit. And Spook has a chance of scaring the player and ending the battle. So that's just literally he'll use that, and there's like a 1 in 3 chance the battle will end. And Run Away. I think we discussed this yesterday. We said we don't want Stumpy to die because it's too cute. So he'd actually flee as soon as he gets 0% HP. And that would be it. You wouldn't kill him. But you'd still get your loot and things like that. And I think that's sorted as well, I think. But we'll have to do a play test to see if it works. And then the big tray. Thunderous Spark is similar to how Sticky Fingers is, except more OP. It's a stun, but it's an AoE stun, not a single target stun. And it does it every 2 turns. And it's a passive. We'll have to think how to make this one work, but I assume we could get it working similar to photosynthesis. Maybe. To look into it. Waking Forest, thank you for the follow. Oh, what a cool name. What a coincidence. We're working on a forest at the moment in our game. Welcome to the stream. Stun Cause of Sticky. Yes, you agree that'll be cool. Kai's. I've never said that. Stun Cause of the Sticky. Yay. Stumpy likes the Sticky. I love the name Sticky Fingers. I'm glad we went for that. And so yeah, Thunderous Spark's a stun AoE. Because I suppose he's the daddy of Stumpy, this tree is. So he's gonna, have something common with him there. Except he barks instead of has Sticky Fingers. But he does have a protective pancake shield. And I really love this skill. It's so cool and creative. And we even said it could be a rare drop. It could have a rare, like either an accessory or a shield that's a pancake shield that the player can use and put on them. So that'll be super cool. And I guess it's just thinking what it does, because at the moment I've simply just got it as raised defense, but we can be a bit more creative about it maybe. And then the other skill for the tree, the last one, is just an AoE Earth Elemental damage one, but it's 80% accuracy, so it doesn't always hit. That stops it from being too OP, at least. So really, that's it. That once we've and this one with the question mark, I says it could. I'm thinking a counter attack for the deer, but I have no idea if it's possible to make the sprite look different to kind of indicate you can't hit it at this point, otherwise it will counterattack. But I'll Google. If you guys don't know, I'll do a Google and find out. Is the queen bee ready? Yeah, we have done the bees and we've done the flower. The one that was the trickiest was we decided we'd have a battle that combines the bees and the flowers. And that was the tricky one yesterday, because we had to mess around with some mechanics to make sure they work well together. And here it is, the bee and the flower battle. And we're going to do a play test of each of those battles now to make sure they're working awesomely. So we've got one with the 2 flowers on their own. That's the first one we'll have. And that will just introduce us to the flower mechanics and the fact that they heal themselves and things. And then we've got the bees on their own, and that'll introduce us to the spawn mechanic. and then we'll have the next battle after that be the combined one, and then the player will have already met those two enemies, so they'll know what to expect. So hopefully if they know what they're doing, they'll do things properly, because this battle can get very messy very fast if you don't do it the right way, and you will die or get game over. What if the shield deals damage to attackers or lowers the attacker's speed to make them less effective at picking up kills? Yeah, we should definitely do something unique. I'm all for that, Elite. Let's have a plan. Let's get this all sorted with this shield. And hi, Silent and Lost. How are you doing today? I hope I'm a good day. It's a pleasure to see you. How's your week been, Silent? Is there a combo damage? I have no idea. We'll have to have a chat, but I think it'll be cool to make this pancake shield an awesome, unique, creative skill, because its name is awesome. The skill needs to match up to that awesome name, in my opinion, for sure. And Kermit, how are you doing today too? And everybody, Silent and Lost is a character in our game, the one with the kitty walking across the screen right now. They are literally a con person. They're a con artist and a thief. Going to be crazy, the sort of story that's going to happen when that character's introduced. Doing good. Hell, 2019 has been a great year, has it? That's fantastic. How's your music going, Silent? How many songs have you done now? I listened to the one on your Twitter because it popped up in my news feed. No, I was really impressed. I thought I really liked this track. I'm a big fibber. Also been so short. Yeah, it's gone really fast, hasn't it? It's crazy to think it's already November. It's madness. I mean, the ultimate goal for me for Raindrop Chronicles before the end of the year is to get the website full launched. I have said I'd love to have it done in November, but it's difficult to predict if that's going to happen, because I also have to make it responsive on mobile too, and make sure it's all optimized and all that shiz. So it might add an extra couple of weeks onto the launch date for the website. But I kind of feel as long as it's ready before the end of the year, I'll be happy. That'll be an awesome thing to have done at the end of 2019. It's flown by, not a soul has said otherwise. Yeah, I haven't met anybody that says that time goes by slowly, to be honest. Everyone thinks it's gone by fast. Time is getting short. Who agrees that when you're young, when you're a kid, time was really slow? As you get older, it's just like ridiculously fast. It's just like when I was young, like when I was a teenager, it seemed to like take forever. Like my teen years lasted forever. But then my 20s, it was like ridiculously quick. So weird. Hope class is good. Oh, you're going to, oh yeah, good luck, Elite. Hope that goes well. But before you might have already gone, but I'm going to read back in chat what you said anyway, because Elite's idea sounded pretty cool for our shield skill. So I'm just going to update you guys in chat what we've been up to. We've been working on the enemy skills for the Everbloom Forest. If you've been following the game development, you might have noticed we have these cutie pies as our enemies of the Everbloom Forest. They were voted on a poll many moons ago, and we've kind of cleared the skills. We've got the ideas this week, what ones we're going to go for. There's some really, really cool, nerdy, silly ones like protective pancake shield and sticky fingers for these guys, because, you know, they're syrupy, maple syrup trees. And so I really like what we've got, and we're just implementing them into RPG Maker now and making sure all the battles work well and are balanced. And I'm probably going to spend the weekend really tidying things up. I'm going to give them some really snazzy animations, because at the moment the animations we've got are quite generic. And the sound effects probably don't match up either. So I'm going to look for some good free sound effects and some cool animations. And if I have to edit them, I will. I'll see what's out there. And just to fit with the skill and really look awesome basically. And I'm might mess around with the battle system a bit more, add some more plugins. Definitely the one where we show the weapons. I definitely want to be able to show the warrior with his axe or the hunter with the bow and arrow. That'll be so cool, because at the moment we can't see any weapon. So I'm just going to add like little touches like that to the battle system once all the skills are working. And then really once we've got them over and done with, I'll have to make sure all the events are correct. Got to make sure done the battle processing, put a switch on and off for when it's dead, and also allow it to respawn, make them appear on the mini map and little things like that. And then it's just getting the player skills done and over with. We'll get the first 4 skills for the warrior, the hunter and the vampire on the skill trees, test them out, see how they work. And yeah, then it's thinking about items, things like rewards from the battles, like what we'll get, what sort of loot we'll get, what our potions are going to be in this game, and antidotes, because we're going to need antidotes because there's poison in this forest. So we'll just think of possible names for things like that. We'll probably have a little discussion and poll on what we could call those, because we want something unique. And then really once skills, items and stuff are over with, it's moving on to the first boss of the whole dungeon and the next part of the story, and that'll be really exciting. And hopefully we can, this month, that'll be our focus, get skills done, get items done, get the first boss done in the next part of the story. Okay. This is coming from a stupid 30-year-old, but time does go faster and can't think of how it feels for your boomers. I'm not boomer. We're not boomers, are we, guys? We're millennials. Thank you, Drew, for the host. How are you doing today? I apologise for the late hello. I've been rambling on like an obsessed RPG nerd. I would say the highlight for 2019 isn't exactly a single event, but more like the culmination of many events relating to the nurturing of new friendships made within the year. I'm so glad you've had a good 2019 though, Silent. For sure. I've not had a bad 2019. I mean, 2019 was when I made the decision to start working on Raindrop Chronicles on Twitch, and I don't regret that for a minute. It's going wonderfully. It's been a decent year for me. You think the digital age speeds up things? Maybe that's what it is. Okay. My parents are the boomers, so I'm definitely a millennial in every way, but my parents are total boomers. Are you older than 20? I was thinking anybody born, is it after 1985 is a millennial? Is that how it works? I always thought it was that. And anyone born before that is a boomer, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm 32, 33 here. I'm 30, so yeah. I was born in 89. I'm definitely believe I'm a millennial. It's 1980. Oh, yeah, I actually agree, Drew. I think to say that even people born before 85 are boomers is wrong, because they're still young and were born in the age of technology and stuff. So, yeah, I agree, Drew. Anybody born after 1980 is a millennial. Even people born in the 70s, I don't think are boomers, though. I think the true boomers are the people born in the 50s and the 60s. They're the years my parents were born, the decade my parents were born, the 50s and the 60s. You're an 89 baby too. Yes, I am, Muffin Manson. I'm an 89 baby. Love 80s music. I relate more to Gen X, but yeah, Gen X is that people born after, when was it? That's the young folk, Gen X, isn't it? I believe, but I'm not sure what year it's classed as. Millennials are 1981 to 1996. Yeah, that sounds like a good one, Bad. So anyone who's born after 1996 is a Gen X then. No, it's the people born from like 45 to 65. Yeah, that's definitely the boomers. Like I said, the 50s and the 60s, around that time. That's what Van says. Sound? No, not Van. What Kermit says. Yeah. Boomers are from baby boom after World War II. Yeah, because my parents, like my dad is from a family of 7, and my mum's from a family of 11. So, you know, that was they were boomers, all right, with families that big. Whereas my family, it's just me and my sister. So just 2 of us. It's crazy. I've got so many aunties, uncles and cousins. so many babies, baby boom, for sure. And it was because the war finished. Everybody was super happy and celebrating, so we just kept on doing it. There's no ultimate authority on this, so feel free to make up your own definition. I'm Gen X, are you, Van? Be cool to be Gen X. I'd love to be a young person growing up in this age. But like when I was young, the internet was first like sort of getting invented when I was a kiddie. It was a fun time. When Neopets was the craze. Does anybody remember that website, Neopets? That's what I was obsessed with when I was a kid. Neopets, yeah, Neopets and Habbo Hotel. They were my thing. And when you felt absolutely awful for letting them starve to death, because I never fed them. They should have punished us more for not feeding our Neopets. Really? Your wife had a Neopets account? That's awesome. The internet was a freer place years ago. There were so many cool websites when I was a kid. I loved it. It was so cool. Okay, so shall we carry on? We were talking about Protective Pancake Shield. Okay, so it disappeared in chat. It's way up there. I was going to go up and look, but it's been completely buried now. So I'm trying to remember what you said. What was it? Something about... Oh gosh, something about not being able to... Oh, I forgot. Completely forgot what Elite said. I'm on a roll. I'm going to go back in chat and see if I can find it. Yeah, Protective Pancake Shield. Yeah. I've put a little asterisk next to all the skills we've got to work on. The ones that don't have an asterisk next to them have already been tested and they're working fine. So the goal of today is to get these skills done and dusted, really. And over the weekend, on my days off, I'm going to just work on making it all look tidier and getting some awesome animations and sound effects and a few extra plugins and bits and bobs in the battle system. Gotta go. Have a better than great day, guys. Take care, guys. Yeah, if I says it right. Have an awesome day and thanks for hanging out. Become a term for like old people. Well, like middle-aged people. Probably more than old. And that's too bad because not all boomers are old. The end of that gen is still in their 50s. Yeah, middle age for sure. What are like people like the boomers' parents? What's that generation called? Like our grandparents. Are they classed as boomers still? So I'm not sure they should be. They're like the generation above that. The silent gen? Oh, is that what they're called? Interesting. Yeah. It's crazy though, because we do think very differently. The millennials and the boomers, we're just opposites, really. Okay, so right, Protective Pancake Shield. Let's get on with it. I'm going to roll back, but I do think the chat might have been buried, but I'm still going to look to see. What if the shield deals damage to attackers? Okay, so basically what we could do then is there a way to get like a sort of asset or graphic in front of the tree that is like a golden shield that looks like a pancake, and then when the player attacks them while that shield is up, it hurts them. That'll be cool. I'm just trying to think if that's possible to do, because it sounds like a bit complicated, but I would absolutely love that idea. Or lowers the attacker's speed to make them less effective at picking up kills. We'll keep it as something that hurts them maybe, rather than have another debuff, because we've already got an AoE stun every 2 turns, and it could be cruel to make them have a lower speed as well. But definitely, I do love the idea of it hurting them. Do not touch that pancake. It's deadly. Hi Cheese, how are you doing today? I didn't actually see that you popped in there. Blending in with the rest of chat, I see. Do not touch that pancake. Yeah, I suppose that's what I really would love to do that. So I'm going to write that down. Will it raise defense? Would you say the pancake shield will do that as well? Does it kind of make sense for it to? Or would it just be in the way of the tree and stop you attacking the tree? Like, will it act as a kind of... You have to attack that shield first before... Or you just... I don't know. We could do this many ways, I suppose. Interesting. I'm a chat chameleon. You are, of course you will, then. Oh my god, you are, Weasel. Because pancakes absorb things. Okay, so what do you, with the square of butter in the centre, that would be amazing. I agree, Van. We should do that. We should totally have that. So what should we have as our description? We need to clear it up and get this decided, what the pancake shield is going to do. Protected pancake, can we get the maple syrup fluster? We are going to get an item drop, but it's going to be a rare drop, and it's going to be, I believe, a pancake shield itself, and it might not be an actual shield. We might have it as an accessory. We haven't decided yet. We're going to discuss it more in the item stream once we've got the skills done, because we will be having some item streams once we've got the skills done and dusted, because we haven't even talked about items at all in the game yet, so it's going to be fun. I just wanted to peek in on the progress. Going to run away now and work on stuff myself. See you, Drew. Thanks for hanging out. It was awesome to see you. Have an awesome day and a great weekend. This pancake is making me hungry. I know, me too. I'm going to have to go get some snacks in a bit. That's right. Okay, so, hurts. Anyone who attacks it. And how long would it stay up? That's another question. How many turns? So if you attack it, it'll hurt you, but is the pancake shield going to have HP itself, or is it literally just something that raises the defense of the tree? This is what we need to decide. What's going to be the most awesome and most fun? After so much damage, yeah, I guess that would work if it had its own HP pool. And I suppose that's what we're considering now, whether we're going to go for the pancake having its own, if it's its own sort of person itself, this shield, and has its own HP pool, and that has to be hit before it disappears. Once you've done that, it'll disappear, and then you can attack the tree again. Or it could just be a shield that disappears after a certain number of turns, and hitting it doesn't have its own HP pool, and it's just literally something that simply raises the defense of the tree, but the tree can still get damaged. We can go one of those two routes, I guess. The first one sounds like it could be complicated to implement, but don't see why it wouldn't be possible. I would like to do it though. It should only have HP if it lowers the tree's HP too. Okay, so you think it could be too OP if it's a complete shield and it doesn't lower the tree's HP? Like 25% of the tree's HP is gone, but the shield gets double what goes in. Okay, so we need to find out first whether it's even possible to have something. I suppose what we'd have to do, the thing that's coming into my head now, is have an extra enemy and have the shield be an actual enemy if it's going to have his own HP pool. That's the only way to do it, I think. And it would work in a similar way to how the bee spawning did with the queen bee and the bee workers, where it'll appear at the right time in battle. We could do it that way. I guess we need to decide what chat likes the idea of most. We could put up a Twitch poll. Who thinks we should? But I don't like the Twitch polls. They only let us have them up for 3 minutes. How lame is that? We should let us have them up for longer. So I suppose we could experiment with it and see how it works, though, because we haven't even tried these Twitch polls yet. I have no idea what they're like. Could completely fail, but we'll see how it goes. So create a new poll. Question. Ooh, poll experimentation time. Right. What? I don't even know how to word this poll. What should... Some people might be super confused by what it is. I don't even know how to word it, actually. It's a very confusing one. You know, I might just go for the having it have its own HP pool. If anybody disagrees that this is a good idea, say now, because I'm not going to bother with the poll, just because it's a little bit confusing, especially for people who are just walking into the stream now. They'll be like, what's protective pancake shield? People won't have a clue what we're going on about. What are we talking? Yeah, Steve and Cheese is confused. Basically, we're trying to make the decision. Right, we've got this skill, okay, called protective pancake shield. What it is it's a skill that this big guy here, this massive tree has. So what's going to happen is at some point in the battle, this protective pancake shield is going to appear in front of him. And we're kind of trying to make the decision if it's going to just be a standard shield that raises its defense, or whether it's going to be a shield that has its own HP pool and act like an actual enemy, I guess. And you've got to kill that before you can attack the tree again. But Muffin Mancer thinks it's a good idea for it to get rid of some of the tree's HP as well. And I don't know how difficult that's going to be to implement, because it does sound a bit tricky, but I think it's creative and interesting. I say make it a defense shield. Yeah, so we could go for that. It's definitely more simple and it'll be a lot easier to implement as well, for sure, because it sounds like it could be tricky to do it the creative way. Well, it might be easier to just increase the tree's max health by a certain amount for a duration, like a kind of buffer. Yeah, I wonder if there's a Yamfly Black Battle plugin that has like an actual shield. Well, like, you know how there's a HP pool and then you can get a second pool that's a shield. Like, some games have that. I think Mass Effect had it. I don't know if they had an actual pool. They did have a shield. Maybe something like that for this, rather than having an extra HP. Hi National Mars Day, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Are you able to have enemies spawn in the middle of a battle? The pancake shield for a tree sounds like wet leaves, and hitting that would loosen leaf enemies. Spawn in the middle of a battle. Well, we kind of have done the enemy spawning in the middle of a battle. We've done it with some bees. We introduced a spawn mechanic, so yes, that does work. Wet leaves. What do you mean by wet leaves? Loosen leaf enemies. My brain is mush. I think it should absorb the damage up to a point. Basically, it has to be taken down first before getting to the tree. Yeah, so Van does think that having its own sort of shield, health or HP, would be a good idea too. It's a little bit of a tricky one, and maybe it's probably the most difficult skill out of all the ones we've got left to do. So I'm kind of tempted to just put that aside for a sec and get the other skills put in first, and then work on that the rest of the stream. But it's interesting. We'll see what we can do with it. I do like the idea of it hurting anyone who attacks it, but who knows? I don't even know if that's difficult to implement yet. Hi Storm, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. We're just rambling on about our skill ideas. We're having a chat about protective pancake shield. We got a few ideas for that, and some people think it'll be cool a certain way, and others think it'll be cool another way. It seems like there's a bit of a split, but I like both ideas. So yeah, we'll see. But we do need to get these other skills done. Stuns, target for 1 turn. Yeah, how do we stun? Is there a stun? Is stun an actual debuff? I'm not sure if it is. No, it isn't. So, will we have to do stun as a state then? If it's not a debuff, have we got it as a state? I'm not sure we have. We don't have photosynthesis anymore, so we can always remove that, and we don't have the lowering accuracy either. I'm good, happy to catch one of your streams. How are you? The leaves don't have to be wet or anything, it's just a visual descriptive element. Okay, I'm a little bit confused by exactly what you mean, because I'm a sly one sometimes. But yeah, the reflect damage is possible with the Yamfly plugin if you need that. Oh, okay. So there is a plugin then. I'm going to make a note of that. I'm going to have to get my, let me get my notepad file up. So maybe we could might use that plugin then for protective pancake shield. By this point you should expect an answer for everything. Yamfly, yeah. They've got so many battle plugins. And they seem to have an answer for everything, which is great. Use the immortal effect on a two-turn timeout with a long cooldown. What's the immortal effect? I'm very much a noob at the whole battle mechanics. I'm literally only started learning about it recently, so I'm learning as I go. By the way, did you do a test on Runaway? Well, I've kind of set it up. I've got Runaway here. I've linked it to the common event, which is here, and I've literally just copied and pasted what you gave me, Storm. And we're not going to have, I'm not sure we're going to have experience in Raindrop Chronicles, because we might not have a levelling system. Our progression might be just done purely by skill trees and class points. But we're definitely going to have loot. Loot drops will obviously happen. And as for gold, we have, that's our currency is raindrops, and we get that other ways rather than from monsters, just for the realism thing. But loot is definitely something that will drop for every enemy, because we're going to have crafting and stuff. Use the immortal effect. Okay, takes no damage. Okay, I'm gonna like copy and paste what you said, Muffin, there, so I've got a note of it and remember. So we can either go for the reflect sort of plugin thing, or see what this immortal effect is as well. So I've copied and pasted just so I can look back at it and remember. You can delete the experience, awesome. But yeah, it's you've got here. It is the item drops, this section here, isn't it? So here we go. So I mean, we'll probably have to set that up, although we haven't done any items yet, so there's not anything we can really properly test it on with items, but we can just put some random item in, I guess, and test it that way. So I think is everything set up, because I've set it up as a skill. So we've got Stumpy here, and I've added Runaway Tim, and I've put the condition as HP 0%. And I think that's right. I hope so. Only testing will tell. So yeah, test it out to see how it works. Let's do some battle testing now. That'll be cool. So I've put in the skills for the D of the stump and the tray. We still got a question mark on that third deer skill, but I said I've got an idea and I'm just wondering if it'll work, and we'll chat about that later. But what we've put in the charge, disease, bite, waddle, and we got to just set up the stun as well. So I've got an asterisk there to show it's not a finished skill yet. I think spook is set up properly, isn't it? We did that yesterday. We attached it to comp, so that might be fine. Once we've tested it and see if it works, we'll know. And then we've got the tray, but we'll test Stumpy first, because we need to test Sticky Fingers and, well, spook and run away, well, most of all, and then we'll do Sticky Fingers after that. So let's set him up. Stumpy's a bit different because he's got 4 skills, but Runaway doesn't really count as a proper skill, so really he's just got 3. So can you have more than 3 drops per monster with plugins? Yes, which is awesome because we can get lots of loot. Lots and lots of loot. Thank goodness for plugins, yeah? So let's get these 4 skills in. I'm not sure what to have the priority as some of them yet, but we'll do a test and see how the battle goes. So yeah, if you're wondering why there's a random asterisk by some skills, it's simply, I've put that there to tell me that I haven't finished the skill yet. I'm in the middle of doing it, and the ones that don't have the asterisk are finished. Sticky Fingers isn't properly set up though yet, so we need to add the stun debuff. Stumpy! Stump is their generic name, but Stump is the name of the one we have as our pet. Runaway, it's just death in a different way. Yay! He doesn't die. Stumpy doesn't die. Stumpy McStump face. Everybody, our 60th stream is going to be a celebration, appreciation stream of Stumpy. Just so you know, he's going to be sitting here next to me on the 60th stream, which is on Tuesday. I think I just picked that day because it's 60, so it's a special number. And it rhymes. It's 60 Stumpy has a good ring to it. Okay, so Stumpy is all the way in Tallstone Mountain, which is the screen right after the cabin scene when Rose joins the party. So obviously, really what we want to do. Thing is, we haven't set up Rose's skills or anything like that yet, so it's going to be difficult to test it with Rose, but we could do. We've got a save point at Silent Haven, and we could literally just put Stumpy right next to us here to do the battle test, I suppose. I don't think I've got a save point now of the cabin scene after that point, so actually I'm going to just put him here in Bless Cascade. We'll pop him here to the play test, and there'll only be Jesus in the party, our custom hero, for this test, but obviously Rose will be in the party when we do face Stumpy for reals. So I'm just gonna copy this. But over the weekend I'm gonna just be tidying things up. I'm gonna be making that, might change some of the animations to more unique ones, add some more appropriate sound effects, and just tidy up how the battle system looks and get everything tidied up. Oh, we have to do the troop thing. I've just realised we haven't even done that. So, Stump. How many shall we have? 1 Stump? I feel like, is it Stumpy? Is there a lot of different Stumpies in the world maybe? Or is he a unique one of a kind? If it's a unique one of a kind, then there should just be one of him. 2 for now. Yeah, so there's a few Stumpies. There's a whole breed of them. There's a race of them, and we should do him unique. Hi Iphicraft, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? But for testing, we should put them 2 now. Okay. So you think for reals, we should have him as 1, but when we do testing, we'll do 2. Okay, cool. Stump. I'm excited. We're going to finally see Stumpy in battle. Trying to make his way in the world, I don't know. That's why we can't kill him. That's why we're going to let him run away instead of murder him. I'm awesome, actually. Thank you. How are you doing? I'm doing great, but nice to meet you. If you're curious about our project craft, we have a command here. You're totally welcome to read about it. Same with anyone else who might be new or lurking. Okay, so let's go on our test play screen. Hide our avatars for now. So many enemies I've just stuck here for the test plays. Okay, so Waddle works, but I kind of want him to be like really clumsy when he walks up to us. That would be cool. But he's super quick and efficient at the moment, bless him. He needs to be cute and clumsy. Stumpy does. I think that would fit with his personality. Can we curse? Because I don't swear, but I don't stop chat from swearing though. But as long as it's not like a sort of repeated thing, I don't mind if it's a now and again. But unranked made up of 0 raindrops. You'll get them in no time. I have a few minutes before my classes start. Thought I'd pop in. Hi Squared, how you doing today? It's good to see you. But I'm glad you like the project craft. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Spook. Oh, it worked. I think it worked. It spooked us and we ran away. Did it really work? Sometimes that's not going to work. It's a 1 in 3 chance that he's going to spook us. Spooked. Oh my god, we're constantly getting spooked by Stumpy. He's a bit scary though, isn't he? Scary but adorable. Okay, so test failed. We've done that, haven't we, to show that he didn't spook us. So that time, I feel like spook shouldn't be coming up all the time though. It should be a sort of skill that's used not rarely but less often than it currently is, because he's constantly using it at the moment. We're just getting chucked out the battle. We're dead. Stumpy's so strong he killed us, but it worked, didn't it? Would you say that's 100% working now, or should we do some more testing? Spooked, Stumpy working now. We're getting there with him. We're getting there. But I want to add some sound effects, and I think the idea was for the spook one. I've got a note here. He's going to do a panda sneeze. He's going to do a panda sneeze. So I'm going to look for a sound effect that does that when he spooks. It's going to be so cute. Maybe its frequency can increase as its HP is lowered. Okay, that makes sense, because that works, because like realistically he would want us to be, he would try and get rid of us if he's nearly dead. How much HP have we actually given him? Is he OP? He is OP, bless him. We need to make his HP a bit lower. For now, we'll give him 20, because if he's going to be on his own, I feel like he needs to be a bit strong. Actually, no. Rose is going to be in the party at this point, so we have to remember, we have to make them a bit stronger than the first enemies. So the other enemies had either 2 or 3 attacks and in all their stats, etc. But either 15 or 20 HP. It's very low, I know. And Stumpy can have a bit more, because we have an extra party member to fight with us at this point, so he should definitely be stronger. And we should give him MP for sticky fingers, I think. We must sacrifice Jesus for our Lord and Saviour Stumpy. Stumpy is the new saviour. He's replaced Jesus. Stumpy is our God. The priority of the inverse of HP would be nice. Okay, so what are you guys thinking? Let's change what we need to. Maybe like third at a full HP times the inverse of HP percent times some constant. Okay, so inverse HP. Clear up with me what we have to do that and what exactly it is. I'm intrigued. This is what I hear every time Rose says sticky fingers or Stumpy uses sticky fingers. Oh yeah, I know that. That's funny. Yeah, we need a cool animation idea and a sound effect for sticky fingers as well. We kind of have said he could slide on syrup and slap the player with his fingers, but we'll see. We might need to simplify it a bit, but we'll see what's available. Because hang on, let's look at our animations. There's water animations. We could literally just change the colour to gold so it looks like syrup rather than water. That's an idea. Oh wow, imagine if that was syrup. That would be crazy. But that's AOE. we can do something, I'm sure. Fantasia, thank you for the house. How are you doing? If HP for 25% current house, spoopy intensifies. Oh, cool. We need to test his custom dev now. I want to see if it works and I didn't fail. Okay, we can do that now. Should we do that now and then we'll add the HP thingy and for the spoop attack. So how are we going to test run away then? How are we going to see that? We've got to actually kill him, haven't we? So let's kill him. Let's kill Stumpy. I'm sorry, Stumpy. Stumpy might kill us first though before we can kill him. We're not going to really kill him, guys. He's going to run away in reality. He's not really going to die. I never would want him to die. He might spoop us away before we can kill him though. Okay, it's failing. We might have to make his HP lower, to be honest, just for the test. Because he's spooping us too much. So we're going to just make him really weak for now. And we'll kill him in one hit. Did we save it then? I said no. There we go, yes. Oh no, Bros 2019, let's kill Stumpy. I'll apologise to Stumpy when he's here on the 60th stream. We must sacrifice Stumpy and offer his blood to Jesus before. I love how much you've all fallen in love with Stumpy. Why are you over there, Stumpy? Who said you could go over there? I think Stumpy's like even more popular than Carol the Barrel now as a character. Hey, he spooked us. Did he die? Run away. He ran away. He ran away. He ran away. It worked, didn't it? He ran away. We got spooked by the other one, but we'll only have one Stumpy in battle when we do it. Because he's on his own. Stumpy's the only Stump in the world. There's no others. It's just Stumpy. But there'll be a couple of Stumpy encounters. And it kind of makes sense because he ran off and we see him again sort of thing. And he's gone to tell his daddy that we attacked him. So he's really mad at us and he gets his protective pancake shield out. It worked, yay. He's a unique little snowflake. I'm gonna put up a poll saying who's your favourite character, Stumpy or Carol the Barrel. Because I really want to test Twitch polls. So give me a moment, guys, and then we'll continue with Stumpy's skills. We'll get the HP thing done, like you said, for the spoop skill. So be prepared to vote. Who is your favourite character in Raindrop Chronicles? Carol the Barrel, Stumpy, and we'll have it up for 3 minutes. So I'm just curious how these Twitch polls work, so really I'm just doing it for this test. So get your votes in. I want to see the results. Is it going to let me? Oh my goodness. Vote, everybody, vote. The poll's right there. I would absolutely love this feature if the polls were up for longer, you know. It's very unfortunate that it makes us only have them up for 3 minutes. Fantasia, how's it going, Fantasia? Fantasia, when do you want me to do your character? Because we got to do your character soon and I'm very excited. So if you want to send me a DM, Fantasia, with the day you want, I mean, you don't have to be there. I can totally do it myself. You don't have to be in the stream. But I want to give you the choice, just in case you want to be. We go in the evil route. Well, there is an evil route in the game. Well, you know, there's going to be the moral system. So maybe there should be a side quest where you can murder Stumpy if you want to be evil. Like, and you lose -50 compassion points. But that would be so mean. Anyway, let's just see what you guys know. Murdering Stumpy. He drops an item, firewood. He's going to drop loot for sure. And when we have our item stream, we're going to decide what that loot's going to be for each of our enemies. We'll think of some ideas. You know, maybe there should be a talk bubble that comes up after he's beaten, calling for his daddy. Oh my God, Van, that's so cool. Let's do that. Makes it more obvious. It'd be so cool to actually have a story behind it and make it a little bit more clear to the player. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Yep, we should do that. Should we do it? What should the dialogue be? Daddy. We'll have, say in chat now what you think a good line of dialogue would be for Stumpy when he flees to just before he goes to Daddy. It's a good way of building a story. I'm definitely all for that. And for lore as well, definitely. I really want the Everbloom Forest and Blakehall to be full of lore, and we're building it with Stumpy already. This is brilliant. Can we get Stumpy but with Carol's face? What if that happens? What if Stumpy and Carol become a couple in the game and they have a baby and it's literally Stumpy with Carol the Barrel's face? That would be crazy. Not Stumpy's too innocent to be in a relationship with Carol the Barrel, though. Hi, Sir Rook. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Cheese Weasley's going to have the least amount of compassion. 20 minutes in the game. If you kill Stumpy in a side quest and lose all those compassion points, you will. There's no going back. You can't redeem yourself after that. Senpai doesn't want me around my character. Oh, Fantasia, of course I do. I'm just saying in case you can't be in the stream, like if you're busy or something. But I want you to tell me what day you're free, of course. If you want to be there when we do your character, that'd be fantastic. It's a bit drink. Wow, that's a lot of raindrops, Daddy. They're trying to turn me into wood chips. Oh, help, Daddy, there's a monster in the forest. I can see them both becoming an item. Okay, guys, get your dialogue ideas in for Stumpy when he flees. We've already got 2. One from Squared and Van. We'll have more, and I'm going to put a poll up just like we did for, you know, the choice with Carol and Stumpy. We'll do another poll. So, I'm going to copy. We'll see what gets the most votes. And so you've got another couple of minutes, guys, to put your dialogue choices in because we're getting that poll up very soon. I could see them both becoming an item. And you can do more than one if you want, Squared and Van. If you've got any other ideas, feel free to say. Mobile Twitch just now paused. Didn't it let you vote? Oh my goodness, guys. The poll disappeared. Who won? The polls literally disappeared right before my eyes. The Carol, the Baron and Stumpy poll. It didn't even let me see the results. Twitch, this poll feature's flawed. You should let me see. You'd think it'd let us see the results, wouldn't you? Stumpy always. I got distracted, so I didn't look. 71%. Oh my goodness. Stumpy's so popular, it's ridiculous. And Carol the Barrel was like loved. She was literally adored. So for Stumpy to beat her, my goodness, he must be something special. But wow, I love it. I can't wait for Stumpy Appreciation Day. We can't change that name now either, it's too funny. What's Stumpy? Stumpy's an amazing name. It's like Donald Goose. I haven't even played that game yet, but I've heard how like obsessed people are with it. Okay guys, so she's putting in a vote for the dialogue as well. So at the moment we have, tell me if I've missed any. We have Daddy, they're trying to turn me into wood chips. Oh, help Daddy, there's a monster in the forest. Or, dear Lord, my very soul has become petrified. Save me, Father Elm. Those are our three options so far for what Stumpy's going to say. I'm going to put a poll up now. So get ready to vote in a second. Hi Screaming, how you doing? And Bell Sandwich, how are you doing? My God, you've walked in on a party, everybody. We're literally having we might as well just get a shrine up for Stumpy right now, because everybody's obsessed with Stumpy. And it's amazing. We should have done Stumpy Day today, but yeah, it has to be the 60th stream. LOL, those went completely free different directions. Okay, so I think those are the 3 dialogue suggestions we had. I don't think we had any more. So, to reiterate, Stumpy should show up everywhere, at least one spawn with different stats in each like an eternal rival. Well, he'll make his appearance as soon as Rose joins the party, but we can definitely base the side quest around Stumpy, but something to that degree where he keeps coming to us. Well, when we have side quest streams, because they'll be coming up very shortly, once we've done the skills and the items, we'll be and done the first boss and the next part of the story, we'll start thinking about side quests in Lakefall and the forest. So we can think about one about Stumpy if we want, if everybody would like a Stumpy side quest. And that could be where we lose the compassion points if we eventually kill him as well. I hate to think about it, but we do have to have that asshole route. It's essential. So, she still doesn't see it. She did after I said it, LOL. But yeah, I'm totally for something like that as a side quest, Muffin Mancer. We should totally do. I'm going to copy and paste it. Get that down right now. There we go. So we're going to be putting up another poll shortly. I'm just letting you know in advance as we're going to be doing a poll for Stumpy's dialogue when he flees. If Stumpy won't get a side quest, it will be a sin. Maybe he shows up multiple times, then at the end calls for his tree dad. So, because we kind of have it like that at the moment. If I'm going to show you RPG Maker, we'll get it up. The first time we encounter Stumpy is here in Tall Stone Mountain. This is his little sprite here. And then when you go to Serpent's Fork, he's here again, there. And because he's fleed, it makes sense that it's Stumpy, I guess. Again, he's just ran off to the next screen. And this is where Stumpy's dad is, this one here. So I suppose at the moment it follows that sort of story. We might have to have it so Stumpy doesn't respawn then like the other enemies, just for the story purposes. Otherwise it will make sense if he's back here. We'll have to have a talk about that. But we can definitely add dialogue for Law. I really like this idea of having this dialogue when he flees. And who knows, maybe when we have the tree battle with the tree, he can say something as well. But I'll let you guys decide whether the tree should say something or not. Let me know what you reckon. Like a recurring mini boss, then the final boss. He could be like that weird character that shows up, kind of like Cicero in Elder Scrolls games. Oh yeah, which Elder Scrolls was, because I've only played Skyrim. I like watch people play Oblivion, but I never played it myself. The bad route can't be that bad. Oh, maybe Stumpy's pains inside of his body, and later in the side quest could be the characters getting miniaturised and they emerge inside a strange land inside of Stumpy. If anyone remembers the side quest in Elder Scrolls Oblivion where you go inside of a painting. Oh my goodness, that's really, really interesting. I'm going to copy and paste that too. So I'm going to literally put who suggested these as well in brackets. So Dr. Cheese suggested that one. And it was it Muffin Mancer that suggested the one where he... But to be honest, the one that Muffin Mancer said is kind of what we're going for at the moment, I guess, with him appearing. But we haven't given him different stats or anything. But maybe we can merge the two quests together. Who knows, maybe we could do something. We'll finalise the decision for Stumpy's side quest when we have our side quest stream anyway. We'll get it decided then, but it's cool to talk about it. Okay, so dialogue. Let's get these dialogues in the poll then. So, new poll. Oh, it's letting me see the results for the previous poll now. I'm going to keep that up. Stumpy, he won. I wonder who voted Carol the Barrel. Carol the Barrel got 2 votes. Very curious. I wish it would tell me who voted. I'd love to say. Okay, so what should the title of this poll be? Oh, yeah, we got another option. So we're allowed to have five options in the poll. So we do have room for one more dialogue line. So if anybody wants to suggest the last one, feel free to before we get the poll in. So, what should Stumpy say when he flees the battle? That's going to be the title. So I'm going to get these dialogues in now. What the hell? This poll is terrible. I'm going to complain. I'm going to message Twitch and complain. You're never going to guess what's happened, guys. There's a character limit. There's a bloody character limit on the poll. I'm outraged. Look, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to just zoom in so you can see. But this is what's happened. I'm pasting in the poll. And it's like not letting me to the rest. What a silly poll. Only lets it be up for 5 minutes and there's it. What if you had something super long? What would you do then? That's what. We're gonna have to use straw poll, okay? Because this is silly. Well, we don't have to use straw poll. We can use the polls in Discord. But for quick polls, I guess it's cool to do it like this. Because I'd use the Discord polls more for your long 24-hour polls. Unless we're not going to have that up for that long. So we'll just use a straw poll. Oh, well, we got another one. So we got what? We got another one from Muffin Mancer. Let's do this on a straw poll instead, considering Twitch polls are silly and have a character limit. I'm salty now. All the players are transformed into Stumpy's past when he was a tree, and you get to see how he became a stump. And it can be a sad story. That's really nice as well. So I'm gonna copy and paste that. This is making me really excited for when we get to the side quest part of our streams, because we're gonna come up with so many cool like stories and ideas for side quests. It's gonna really flesh out this area of the game. Phantom Pokemon created spirits possess rotten tree stumps. They prefer to live in abandoned forests. Here's another entry. According to old tales, the Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest. According to old tales, oh my goodness. So I'm going to copy that as well, Stump. We got all these ideas for just Stumpy's side quest. My goodness. So I'll copy and paste that too. By imitating the voice of a child, it causes people to get hopelessly lost deep in the forest, trying to make friends with them. Okay, so when voting for the dialogue line you like the most, consider this law that we've been talking about then. Because we might want to pick one that links to the potential backstory with Stumpy. Do we know what the boss of the forest will be? We don't yet, Muffin Man, so it's a big old mystery. What will happen is when the time comes, I'll be doing a poll. I'm going to find a bunch of assets for foresty type of bosses and put them all on an image and number them. And then I'll put up a poll and let everybody vote for their favourite. And the one that wins will be the boss. And then once we know who the boss is, we'll create a bit of backstory, and we'll start the next part of the game where Rose gets sacrificed to it, and we'll see what happens. Rose will not get sacrificed. She will somehow escape, I know it. Hi Keena, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. I have an idea if not. Yay, well, it's very exciting. Once we've got all the skill stuff done and we've had a little chat about items and loot and rewards from battle, etc., that will be when we start the boss, once we've done that part of the game. So probably within, you know, next couple of weeks, I'd say. Definitely sometime this month. Looking pretty so far. Lovely little flowers. Thank you. It was very hard work getting those in. The flowers were the decision why we went with parallax mapping in the end rather than tile sets, because it was impossible to get those flowers with tile sets. That just was too hard. But yeah, parallax mapping is awesome. I recommend it for mapping. Stumpy's grandpa. My goodness, what if that is the final boss? What if it is? We'll have to see, won't we? We'll have to see. Stumpy mutates into a twig. Because when we do the boss stream, when I do start looking for the boss assets, I am going to use the same artist. And he's got so many assets that there'll be a lot of choice, I assume. And we can always have a chat about what ones we think are best, and then we'll do the poll. Well, we'll sort it out, but you are free to like suggest ideas like you have been. And if you said something like Stumpy's grandpa, I will like purposely look for an asset that looks like a grandpa tree. Or we could just make an edit to the big tree and turn him into a grandpa if we wanted to. We'll see. Well, we can be creative. I want to create a Mexican Stumpy now. Yay. I'm still tempted to have a side quest that had that bees with legs in. I'm not even joking, because it just made me laugh. Already working on the grabs, are you? That's amazing. I love it. And I really like the dead flowers you did as well, Storm. All these things can potentially come into side quests. Okay, so where were we? We're going to do a straw poll, aren't we? That's it. Because Twitch polls, unfortunately, there's a character limit on them. Don't let you put in long answers. Okay, so what was the... What should Stumpy say when he flees the battle? So at the moment we have 5 dialogue choices. So if anybody's got any more dialogue ideas for what Stumpy could say when he flees the battle, now is your final chance to say. And usually I use Discord to vote on stuff, but because this is going to be a quick poll that we're going to decide the answer of quickly, I'm thinking we might as well use straw poll, because the Discord polls are mainly for long polls that go on for a few days or 24 hours or so. So here is the straw poll that we've got. And these were all the dialogue ideas the community suggested. So I'm going to do another test play for Stumpy. I think we've done everything we need to. We just need to do the sticky fingers, don't we now? I think the other skills are working fine. So let's have a little look. Let's have a peep at our skills. It works, doesn't it? It works. So if it's worked, I can remove the asterisk from those two. And I know I haven't tested getting any loot yet, but I assume it'll be fine. All we need to do is follow these instructions and put the loot in, because we haven't done items yet, so we've got nothing to test it with. So spook and runaway work. Waddle works, but I kind of wanted a slower, more clumsy animation, because he kind of is very quick. So that might potentially be one we want to change also. Zipper Man. I want to see the results of the poll. I'm going to keep them up. Oh, we need more votes, guys. Get your votes in on that poll. I'm going to keep spamming chat with it. But yeah, probably keep the votes open for the next half hour or so, or a bit longer. We'll wait until we've got enough votes and one's a clear winner, I guess. And until then, we'll just carry on getting these skills sorted. We got to work on the big tree skills as well. After creating all enemies and finishing, we should work on their drops and items so they're 100% finished. Yeah, definitely thinking about what the loot is that the drop is important, which is why soon after we've done the skills stuff, I want to start talking about items, because it'll be a good thing to get over and done with for sure. I lurk all the time. Sweet Project Twitch's poll built in to create a dashboard live. Hi, Location. We were just talking about that actually. We said that it's rubbish. I'm gonna just show you exactly what I mean. We can't add any more characters, so we have to use straw poll. So it's a very, very basic poll. I hope they improve it in the future though, for sure. So in the meantime, we're going to have to just stick to other websites and Discord for our voting. It's pretty obvious whose votes I vote, but welcome to the stream, Creation. It's good to meet you. And I'm glad you like the project. Boo Twitch it is. I was very excited about the new poll integration. I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's so interactive and awesome, and get to chat involved, and it's a bit unfortunate there's these little limitations. There doesn't need to really be a character limit at all, in my opinion, but I'm sure they have their reasons. But oh, we got some more votes in. I'm gonna put the straw poll back in so peeps know. We'll do that now and again. So the votes are quite spread out at the moment. We don't have a clear winner. So until we get a clear winner, we're going to keep voting. Okay, so. Thank you for the follow on Twitter, Creation. I appreciate that. Okay. So, sticky fingers can be our next one that we work on. This is a stun for 1 turn. And I have no idea what animation, but I might just put a placeholder animation in the meantime. What I'm thinking of doing is doing water, but changing the colour so it looks like maple syrup. But instead of doing that, I'm actually going to copy and paste. I don't know if that's the best one though. Hang on, let's just look at the others. These look a bit OP though. Definitely a bit OP for just sticky fingers. So maybe just good old water one. Although I might potentially change it. I'm going to have a browse on the interwebs and see if there's any better animations that will fit more. But for now, this can be what we use for sticky fingers. So what's the colour of syrup? That's a syrupy colour, yeah? Sort of. I'll call it sticky fingers. Make it a bit more yellow. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more orange than that. I'm being a fuss pot. Okay, so let's get this done. And I am actually going to remove that extra stumpy now, and we'll just keep the one now because that's how we're going to have it. Just so one. You don't have a twin brother. He's on his own. He's one of a kind. Good old Stumpy. So, last thing with Stumpy to do is get this stun working. And then we can move on to testing the deer maybe and get that deer's third skill sorted. And then we got a big daddy tree. Protected pancake shield is the interesting one. But we talked about a way we could get it working. Kind of want to save that one till last. So we'll do sticky fingers, then we'll do the deer's third attack, then we'll do the thunder spark, then bramble roots, and then we'll do protected pancake shield last. And anything I don't do, I'll be working on with my days off. Because I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And we'll get some, and hopefully I'll have stuff to show you for Monday. Ooh, we've got a winner at the moment, but I want more votes because we're only slightly ahead with the one. But there it is. There's the result so far. Okay, so now I'm going to have to think how to get stun working because I'm a noob. So I'm actually going to Google RBG stun skill. Yeah, someone's put up a post saying trying to make a stun state. No stun or paralyze. Yeah, there isn't. Funnily enough, it's not there as a default. There is a one by default. You need to add what your own state that uses restriction cannot move function in the drop down on the state of database page. To make a stun rather than the same as sleep that can be jarred out by damage, simply don't add the remove by damage check. Cool. So we could go into states. I'm going to delete these because we've removed them from the game now. So we got sleep. So they say just use sleep, but take remove by damage off, this person on the forum. So what text was decided on? I was AFK for a meeting. Vote here. Thank you, Cheese, for putting that poll in. Appreciate you. Did it come up saying new poll? But sometimes it does. It comes up at the top saying poll when you put a straw poll in. But yeah, we've got a full vote so far. I'm going to keep it up for a bit until we get a clear winner though, because it's only fair. But we kind of do have a winner. But let's get more votes first. I'm excited. This is fun. It's a lot of fun. So stun, remove by damage. So I think I've done that right. Apparently there's a plugin as well that you can use. But if you can do it like that, if that works, fine. We might not need it. I'm excited to see what wins. But the plan kind of is, I'm probably going to leave the poll open. Maybe for the rest of the stream. For you guys to vote on. And we'll keep spamming chat with the poll. And then we can see what is won about 10 minutes before the end of stream, and then we can add the dialogue then just before we finish. And in the meantime, I'll just work on the other skills. More people should vote. Yeah, we definitely need more votes. Lots of people might be AFK. Yeah, I know there's a lot of folks. I mean, Elite's AFK because he's got stuff to do, and peeps might come back though before the end of the stream, and then we'll get more votes. Yay. I let you vote on your thing. I just like the it's winning. We'll say I'm tempted to keep that poll open for until for about another hour at least, just so we can get as many votes in as possible. The Real Infinite, welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Make Stumpy great again. Okay, so I've tried a stun and the forum says that's how I've got to do it, so we'll see. We'll see how it works. But we only want it for one turn. So we don't want it lasting that long. Does that mean one turn? I'm always confused by the second box. Do we leave the second box blank, or maybe that means one turn? I have no idea. Okay. Vote option 2 today. I'm gonna keep peeping and seeing what's winning. I'm hungry. I need some almond milk. Oh my goodness. We gain a clear winner at the Mo. We'll see though. We've still got time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another test with Stumpy and see how Sticky Fingers works. Let's have a look then. Maybe Stumpy will be done once this is working. We've got to do other stuff. The big tree is going to be interesting, especially the protective pancake shield. Also, I've just realised our music has finished. Don't know how long that's been off for, so I'm going to put the playlist back on from the beginning. But I'll probably do some play tests on Monday with the in-game sound on, because I want to look for some cool sound effects for these skills. And I could show you. I definitely want to show you guys the little panda noise that we'll have for Stumpy. If anybody finds one though, feel free to do that. But I'll look myself if not. Oops, we forgot to raise his HP. So, to be honest, Stumpy shouldn't be too weak. He's on his own in the battle. And we have an extra party member. So, he could literally have 40 or 50 HP, you know. Stumpy could. If there was more of him, I'd be inclined to lower the HP. But because he's on his own, we'll see how it goes with 40. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want the Z's above his face. Sorry, guys, you can't even see the test pay. But there is a little flaw in that. I've already noticed already. Let's do that now. So what I did is I left the sleep stuff on stun. We don't want that overlay. I need my milk. I'll be going on a quick BRB after this test play once we've confirmed Stumpy's okay. Just to get myself some almond milk as a snack. We can get rid of the test failed now actually, maybe, because we know it's working, so we'll get rid of that. Just because it takes us out the immersion of the battle, having that there. Just remember to have some schoolwork to do and have to go. Oh my goodness, good luck. You can do it. The weekend's nearly here at least. But thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You also lack a certain level of nourishment. I'm assuming per edible quantity of proteins. Oh no. I'm very lucky I have my family cook lots of homemade food. that keeps me healthy. See you next time or later today. Take care, yeah. See you soon. Very tempted to rename him to Stumpy rather than Stump. Because he's Stump. Because I thought he was going to be more there was going to be a few of him. But now we've just confirmed he's just one on his own. I'm very tempted to go with Stumpy as his official name. Maybe we should have him walk up to the player for sticky fingers, because at the moment he's stuck on the spot. He's doing spoop a lot. And it isn't working. He uses it a lot. Should he use it that much? Because he uses it a lot and we don't get to see the runaway thing happen, because the chances are at the moment he's going to spoop us. He's bloody using it constantly. Like that's 4 times before we even get to attack him. You're out late to take care of him, Mansa. We'll let you know what won the poll. Poor Stumpy getting punched by Jesus. I know, right? So how's our poll getting on? My goodness, we are looking like we're getting a bit of a winner here, I have to say. But we're going to wait. We're still going to give other people a chance to vote. So there we go. Here it is again. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with that poll to vote on while I go AFK and get myself some milk. If anybody comes in the stream, remind them that there's a poll or let them know. I'll be back very soon. Okay, I am back. When the cat's away, the mice dance on the table. Cheese is a mouse. That's a mouse. That's why he loves the cheese. Hang on, I thought he was a weasel. Hello. How's the poll getting on? Still top, still winning. Still winning, Cheese. It's a good one. I'm excited to put this dialogue in and see Stumpy say it. It's going to be adorable. There could be other weasels here. We have a ferret, we have a muffin, we have all sorts. I'm sure there'll be many other animals and creatures that join the stream over time. They must never know. Okay, so back to skills. So one thing I noticed that spook was coming up a lot. Let's have a look and see what the conditions and stuff is. So sticky fingers. We said it'd be nice if he walks up to the player, so I think all I have to do for that is this. Oh no, not the poll. Accidentally copied and pasted the poll into there. But if we do that, if we have it so it moves in front of the target, that's how we do it, I think. I think that's what all that's for. I want to have a look into that a bit more and see if there's any other things we can do. But it's interesting. Okay, so I think... Were we stunned though? Maybe that's the reason why he used spook so much. Because we were stunned. I feel like he used spook 4 times in a row. Or something like that. I need to do another test of the battle to see. Screaming! Cheese! Oh my goodness, we have 2 cheeses in chat. See? That's what I mean. so many people there. Like, it's so funny that we have a weasel and a ferret, and now we've got 2 cheeses too. Oh my. I love it. I'm certainly not complaining. I approve of the cheese. Cheese Jesus. We're going stronger by the day. It's brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to put the poll in chat again because I want everybody to get a vote. Even if you're lurking, still want you to know about it. Okay, so I might edit something slightly. I might put Spoop rating down a little bit more so he doesn't use it so often. And I'm going to do another battle test of him. Should we just call him Stumpy, shall we? Should we add that Y at the end? You know, I'm very tempted to. You mean the smell? Cheese smells disgusting. Well, it depends. Some smell worse than others. But the smellier the smell, the better the taste, right? That's what they say. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should keep him as Stumpy. Maybe we call him Stumpy in the side quest when we become his friend. Because there'll be a few routes. There'll be the route where you murder him. There'll also be a route where he becomes a sort of friend, maybe. And you can call him Stumpy. Right. So let's do another test. Can't believe you used to hate blue cheese because of the smell, but then you tried it and fell in love. I know, right? The smell puts people off. They assume that because it smells horrible, it's going to taste horrible, but it's not true at all. It tastes amazing. Cheese and wine. Who loves cheese and wine nights? I do. I'm one who, I'm very slow at drinking red wine because it's very strong for me. But when I have cheese with red wine, I drink red wine like nothing. I just go through the bottle so fast. Yeah, he moves in front of us now. He missed though. The animation of stick fingers isn't too bad. It definitely looks like maple syrup now. And because he walks to the hero and then uses it, it does look like it's kind of coming from his fingers. He's using now all the time now. I feel like Waddle needs to be a bit slower. Stumpy's too clumsy to be moving so fast. But yeah, we're not. He's like spamming attacks because we're stunned, I assume. But really, the stun should only last for one turn. I mean, Stumpy's just murdered us. How OP? He's so OP. He just literally spammed attacked us, and we didn't even get a chance to hit him. So we're gonna have to change that. I think the stun mechanic must be a bit flawed at the moment if we're not able to. If we're not able to move. I kind of want to give us an icon for the stun as well, just to show us that, just to indicate that we're stunned. But these icons are only placeholders at the moment. I want to change them to better ones eventually. But for now, we'll just literally, I don't know if that doesn't mean stun, but I feel like it's more appropriate than the others. That's confusion, that's sleep. We'll just have that for now. Because then I can tell. I'll be able to tell if he's stunned longer than he should be. But what's this mean? Maybe I've got this wrong. I can't have it lower than 1 though. Turn end. Maybe that's what I've got to put it on. Yeah, it shouldn't be lasting more than 1 turn. That's done. Do they have to be so far apart on the screen? Can they be closer? Yeah, I kind of want to mess around with the visual look as well of the battle system. It's okay at the moment, like it's not too bad, but I'm sure we can do things to make it a bit better. Maybe we can move the character a bit more forward and the enemies. It's difficult with the bee battle though, like I'll just show as an example because, oh, let's go. With bees, to be honest, that's not as bad as it was yesterday. That bee was right at the back yesterday. But because he spawns some worker bees, this queen bee, I like to have the room there for those bees. Obviously, this is not the way to fight the bees. This is what you don't do. Gotta kill that queen bee. But yeah, actually, to be honest, Jesus could be moved a bit closer. I feel like if you're a hunter though, if you're a ranged kind of class, maybe it would be cool to stay as far back as that. But obviously, if you're more melee, then it's a little bit forward, maybe. So many enemies. Stumpy's hiding. He's scared. Let's see if we're stunned too often again. Okay, so we weren't stunned really there. It went straight off. Okay, so stun didn't even work that time. Didn't even last a single round. Maybe it's because it was at the turn end. I think what it is, I don't understand this duration in turn section. I'm going to have to get a proper understanding of this. If you get the chance, try some red wine from Pate. Oh, okay. Is it nice? I'm always up for trying more wine. Number of turns the affected state lasts. Countdown processing for the number of turns is run at the end of a turn, regardless of setting. That doesn't tell me what these numbers are after having here, though. Maybe it has to be that. I have no idea. I'll see what these say. See, the guard is 1-1, and I assume that lasts 1 turn. And I want the stun to be the same, really. So tasty. I bet it costs thousands of monies, thousands of pounds. I wonder how the poll's getting on. Sticky fingers isn't working. Why are you working, sticky fingers? Why being a butt? But yeah, the actors, well, the players, are positioned where they are by default. I'll have to look into how to potentially move them a bit closer. But yeah, the ranged, they'd be far back just because it would fit their class more. The hunter wouldn't be on top of the enemy. What's the game about, Jesus? Hi, Commander. Welcome to the stream. Well, Jesus is just my name for the character. It's a custom hero, you see. You can have them be whoever you want. I called it Jesus for laughs. And, but yeah, thank you for giving Commander that project. Commander, that's funny. Yeah, so read about that. Feel free to have a little peek at that if you want to. And anybody else who might be lurking and new to the stream. We will be getting a website though. I always want to tell people that before the end of the year. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to have a peek at that poll again. See how we're doing. Okay, so we need more. Need your votes, but we're looking like we have a clear winner with this. Yeah, basically pick the dialogue line you think is the best, I guess. As simple as that. Stumpy is this little dude. If you don't know who Stumpy is, he is, where is he? He is this little guy. If you want to see him bigger, you can here. But he's a bit small, you can't see him very well, but actually let's get him up bigger on our thing. This is Stumpy. So it will not have a business model, just free, and that's it. Yeah, this is just a free, fun community game. It's a way for us to bond together and create things. Main reason for not wanting to have it be a commercial game really is so that we just have a bit more freedom with what we want to create, because we are borrowing a lot of assets and code for this project. And although a lot of people are very kind and let you have it even for commercial projects, it's just a lot safer, I suppose, and there's just more freedom. So sounds fun. Supposed to be more of a fun community, but it is. And like my values anyway, like I'm not doing this for money. It's not really the reason I'm doing it. It's just for community bonding and for people who have who are RPG nerds and love telling stories, a way for us to bond and spend time together and just have fun doing something to escape the real world. Okay, so right, Sticky Fingers is flawed at the moment. We're not getting the stun skill working properly. I might revisit that one in a bit because I'll just put a star next to it to remember to go back to it. But we can have a little look at trying out the deer in the tree now. So we got Thunderous Spark, an AoE every 2 turns that stuns. So I actually think I know a way to set this up. We don't have to have it as an actual state or anything like that. We could do this. Where is it? So tree, Thunderous Spark. This is how I did things for the bees and the flower actually. Turn 2 plus 2. I think that's what it means. I think what that means is it starts using it turn 2 and then continues to use it every 2 turns after that. But he could always do it first thing. And then he'd use it turn 1, turn 3, turn 5, turn 7. I think that would be how that would work. So yeah, that hopefully will work. So AoE. So that means we need to do all enemies. No, it's not. So this is a stun as well. So literally it's the same as sticky fingers. So we will just copy that effect. And he isn't going to move, this guy. He's going to stay rooted to the spot, so we'll get rid of this action thing in the notes. I think he'll look a bit weird if he moves. He's a big one. He'll stay where he is. Yeah, it is fun. It's lots of fun. I think that's all we need to do. I've set up the animation as shout, which is this one. Which works. I have all the animations there. It's the one that makes the most sense for that. What's that you're drinking? It's just milk. It's literally just milk. Almond milk. It fills up my tummy before my dinner. Hi Robson, how are you doing today? Hope you had a good day, Robson. Okay, so that should be done. We'll do a test in a sec to see. But stun's a little bit flawed at the moment. I need to fix it. Protective pancake shield. We might need the plugin for that. So the one for reflect damage. Or there's something that was mentioned about an immortal effect as well. So I'm going to try out both of those and see what works the best. But I'm going to get it working awesomely over the weekend, I promise. And this one, Bramble Root, an AoE of elemental damage, so all enemies for that. With 80% accuracy. Okay. Now this is where I need to know how to set it up. So would it be under success? Or would I just have a sort of formula or something put somewhere here? So I'm thinking that this could work, but I don't know. I've never tried this bit before. Okay, so we're going to have to pick up an Earth Elemental animation now. Although I might look online and see if there's any other ones. Because I do like to have something that's a bit original, maybe. If we can. I don't mind having a peek and seeing what's out there. Don't necessarily want to stick to what's already in the database by default. So I think literally just HP damage, right? Earth. And we'll get a formula in. The formula bit's where I come stuck because it's maths. But we'll get it. From what Storm said yesterday though, you can literally just add and put a number in. So we'll just put 50 in for now with a 20% variance and see how that goes. We can always edit it if we need to. Let's pick an Earth animation. Let's have a look what's here. It's called Bramble Root, so we need something rooty. And I don't think any of these are. These are more just generic Earth ones. So I will be looking online for something that relates more to the animation we're after, but we'll just put a placeholder in for now. We'll need at least have one that looks like it's coming out the ground, so maybe that one, even though it isn't roots, but that is probably the closest, that Earthfall one, for all the ones that we've seen anyway. So I'm going to add that one now to the tray. And it should work so that it uses Thunderous Bark first and then continues to use it every 2 turns. So we'll see how that goes. And if it all goes well, we'll move on to Deer, and then I'll do Protected Pancake Shield after that. We'll save that one till last because it's the tricky one. I'm still hungry and I need to finish my milk. So, where is he? This is our sprite for the tray. He's going to look a bit of a mess here though. Going to look all big and probably going over into places he shouldn't, because it's a bit tricky with the big sprites sometimes. But he's not going to be here permanently, just for a test, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he shouldn't. He's up behind the tree where he shouldn't be. Oh, we didn't set the battle encounter up. That was a bit silly. I don't think we even did the troop for him. I always forget to do that bit, so we'll just add the tree. There, that'll do. And we have set up his turns. Oh, we didn't name it. Imagine if we called it Daddy Tree. Hang on, let's look at the poll. Right, so, okay, if this one ends up winning, Father Elm is going to have to be the name of the tree. Save me part Father Elm. Because either it would be that or Daddy Tree, and obviously if we got that, it would make sense for us to do that. Every time I hear Spoopy, it reminds me of this. Let's have a look. I want to listen to this now. It's the sound's super quiet on my end because I have my audio really low. I love their chins, to be honest. What amazing chins. I'm going to put this poll in again, but it will be closing soon. We only keep it open for another half an hour. So get your results in. Thank you, Buff Lizard, for that follow. Wow, a Buff Lizard. Wonder what they look like. Welcome to the stream. It's so random. Okay, so Father Elm now. This is Father Elm. Right, so let's do a test play of him, although it's probably going to be a bit rough around the edges. We've still got to do Protected Pancake Shield, but as long as it works as it should. What a mess it is here with all these enemies. I don't think we can't even encounter the battle properly. Because he's so big and we don't know where to walk. No, not you. We're going to have to put him somewhere else. I knew he'd be a difficult one. I'm going to just move these up here, get them out of the way, because we're not testing those dark guys for now. Just put him there. He's so big. He looks weird here because he's obviously not meant to be. I've managed to make him look okay in the area that he does actually stand. My goodness. What a beast. Yeah, we need more rooty animation. I'm going to find one and see if we can get one, because that would be awesome. Fit more with what he is than the current one. But he's not using Thunderous Bark like he should anymore. He keeps spamming bramble roots. So, need to fix that. I think if it was 9, but I've like forced it to be only start at turn 1 and then every 2 turns from then on. And maybe I needed it on 9. Maybe that was the problem. The priority wasn't high enough. We'll see. Milk all gone. You guys thinking I'm drinking alcohol? I've only done that sometimes. Okay, so that did that Thunderous Bark did some damage and it's not meant to. Wow, he's OP. He's so OP. That needs to be sorted out. But it seemed like Thunderous Barking he was doing that when he should, every 2 turns. But obviously we don't want it to do damage, so we'll get rid of HP damage, put that as none. I've just realised I had that up. Because it's literally going to just be a stun. That's all it's going to be. But currently the stun doesn't work. We've got to get the stun working. And I think that is a bit OP. How much HP does Jesus have at this point in the game? I can't even remember. About 100 and something. So 50 is definitely going to be a bit OP. Let's have 20. Especially because it's an AoE. But sometimes it only works 80% of the time. Tomorrow is Friday, yeah. Have you got any plans for the weekend? No more Rose streaming till Monday. Hey Rose, hope you're alright. Hi Rod, how are you doing today? You having a good day, Rod? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so the stun, yeah, the stun light lasts for a bit, but then it goes off when it shouldn't. So I need to mess around with that. Well, everything's working as it should. I've got to just fix the stun. Bramble Roots is fine. I just want a better animation for it. And then we got to add the Pancake Protective Shield. And then that will really make the battle way more fun. So I'd say we're okay to leave the tree for now. We've kind of got what we need to get rid of the asterisks on that. We need to still fix that stun because it's bugging me, but I really want to do the deer as well. I want to do that deer's third attack, but we're really close now. We're basically nearly there. We got to just sort out the stun, do the deer's last attack, and then it's just protective Pancake Shield and all the skills are done. And we'll see what wins the poll as well. We've got our poll here. So we'll get that put in chat again. So people can vote for whatever dialogue line takes the fancy the most, what they think will be a good one to have. Stumpy is our cute little Stump. He's our favourite character, and when he flees the battle, he's going to say something. And it's a vote to decide what that's going to be. And we'll add it. We'll close this poll in about 20 minutes, and we'll put it in at the end of stream and see it working. Yeah, he wanted to stop in. Appreciate you stopping by, Rod. But yeah, I think at this rate, we've got a clear winner. I doubt we're going to have anything catching up with it now, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at the stun again. Try and work out what I've done wrong. Maybe I have to have it as 2. We'll try that. I'm going to just do some random testing and see what works. One of them's going to work. Blessed Cascade of the Everbloom Forest has been swarmed by enemies. Okay, so it still didn't work. Or maybe it did. Because he got to use 2 attacks. Let me think. Yeah, he uses it twice in a row because of the stun. I mean, he uses 2 attacks together because I'm stunned. So I think it is working, actually. But I kind of want to make it more obvious he's being stunned. I think I would like some sort of... So I'm going to mess about with that. I'm going to do Stumpy now. See how the stun's working on him. Any plans for the weekend? Probably just chilling and working on this. A bit of both. Hi Buff, how you doing? How did you get into game development? Don't know, just like games, I guess, and felt like making them. That's generally how it works, isn't it? Okay, so Stumpy. Oh no, Stumpy's all the way at the back. Can we get to him from here? Yeah. Let's test Stumpy. He's not using sticky fingers now. I'm going to defend. I want him to use sticky fingers and he's not. Because that's the one I want to test. Oh, here we go. Finally. Okay, it does seem like it worked because he does get to spam attack. He got to do 3 attacks. I think we're pretty close to getting the stun sorted. Might need to just have a mess around a little bit more. But it's nearly there. So I'm going to remove that because that's done now. So we got Protected Pancake Shield skill and this one. this question mark skill that we couldn't really decide with. So I wrote down counter next attack because we haven't had a counter sort of attack yet, and I feel like it would suit the deer. I kind of wanted to do this. I'm going to open Photoshop, but I'm going to check something first because I want to make sure something's possible. I'm going to just do a bit of Googling and see if I can do something with this skill. With that checking, gotta head off. Hope you have a good evening, rest and weekend. You too, Rod. You too. I hope you have a good one. I hope you watch some scary movies. Okay, RPG. Thank you, Saronis, for that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. And for everyone that's new, because I can see there's a couple of new guys here. You can read more about our project here if you would like to. So basically what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to see if it's possible to change the enemy's image. Change enemy image mid-battle with a skill. Like a sort of transformation, I guess. But it's still going to be the same enemy. I'm going to just change its eye colour. And the reason for that is to like signal, like to show that you shouldn't attack it when it looks like that, because it'll counter attack. I thought that would be pretty cool to introduce that mechanic. And we'll have a really good diverse range of enemies and that do different things in the Everbloom Forest. Okay, so I found this transform command that would require setting up 2 enemies, 1 for each brain. Give the second we do 1/2 HP of the first one. That's not what I'm trying to do, but trying to do as ever the aim respect attacks. So it seems like it can be done. I'm just worried that enemy transformation would be weird, a weird way to do it, but I'm gonna experiment and see. So we need to increase this and put the deer in. I'm actually going to move Stumpy and Tree down here and put the deer here because we encounter the deer first. So we don't know, I don't have a name idea for this skill yet, but it will be a counter attack. Counter attack. What did I write in here? But I'm not sure about the mechanics of the counter attack yet. We can be flexible with that, but I kind of want it to be that kind of thing. Is there a transform enemy? I don't think it's here. We might have to do a common event for it, maybe. I'm gonna Google something else. Yeah, I might need to look a bit further into this one. It might be a bit more complicated and might involve plugins or something for what I want to do anyway. Because what I want to do, I'm going to just go open Photoshop. Deer, where are you? So we've got an image of a deer here with a red eye. But I was kind of thinking that the default deer could just not have a red eye and maybe just a black eye. And he would have the red eye when he would do a counter attack. And if you hit him while he's got the red eye, he will counter. That was kind of an idea I had. I thought it would be pretty cool. It'd make the deer a bit creepy as well, having its eye turn red rather than have it red from the beginning. So I'm gonna just colour overlay, black. Might make that a bit darker though. Something like that. So by default, the deer could look like that. And it has the red eye. During a skill, like this, he'll use the skill, the eye will go red, and that'll be like, you can't hit me. And if you do hit me, I'll immediately counterattack. I kind of like that sort of mechanic. Back. Oh, welcome back, Elite. And hi, Saronis. Does your enemy support states with some type of finite state machine? If using that skill just activates a different eye state, then the appropriate spikes could just be part of that state. I'm going to copy and paste what you've said, Saronis, because my brain is a bit turned into mush at the moment. Sometimes it is while I'm streaming. My brain goes all mushy and I can't take in the complicated things, but what I tend to do is copy and paste anything people suggest so I can read it properly after stream, and then like look into it and see how to do it, because this is probably going to be a bit more tricky, but maybe it's simple for sure. And back from conference just in time, how's it been? Well, we've got a poll. I'm just going to let you know, Elite and anybody else who's hanging around, that we did another poll, and it's all about the dialogue that Stumpy's going to say when he flees the battle, because we want to add a bit of lore to Stumpy. We've decided it'd be interesting. We know he's got a daddy, and that when he flees the battle he's going to go run into his daddy, the big tree, and saying, you know, these people attacked me, but obviously in Stumpy language. So really the poll is just to vote for your favourite dialogue line out the 5. And we're going to close that poll very shortly, like literally in a few minutes, 10 minutes or so at most. And then when it's done, we're going to put it into the game and have Stumpy say it. Welcome back, Mr. Businessman. I hope it all went well. Hope the meeting went well. Make sure to vote. We seem to be having a winner though. I'm pretty sure that we're not going to have anything catch up with the one that's top at the moment, but we'll see. Sometimes you can be surprised. I'm still hungry. I can't have any food now because I've spoiled my dinner. Okay, so I'll leave that poll link for you there. But feel free, anybody in chat, Cheese Van or anybody else, feel free to spam the poll if you want. Well, not spam it, but you know, put it in chat now and again if you want peeps to vote. Okay, so okay, so I'm still unsure how to deal with this counter-attack thing with the eye change. I hope it is as easy as just changing a sprite and simple, but maybe it's going to be more complicated than that. It's very new to me, this is. I'm still very inexperienced with the whole battle system thing, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So I am going to save the different images for our deer. She saved that one over the default. And this one can just be Deer Red Eyes. Deer looks menacing compared to the avatars at the bottom. He does. He's scary now, isn't he? God, you could have nightmares looking at that. Sorry, chat. This is scary. That is a little bit creepy. Must eat small pixel people. Nom nom. But then we look very fine. We're not scared. We're just minding our own business walking across. We're not scared at all. So all these are saved now. And this is the final last skill now. This, we don't know a name for it yet, but it's going to involve the deer changing their eye colour from black to red. And what that means is when he uses that skill, he's saying if you attack me now while I've got these red eyes, you are going to get kicked in the face by me. He's going to counter attack you. So you have to ideally defend or use items while he's got those red eyes. You just can't attack him, basically. So yeah, names up for grabs for that skill. Here we are. Got names up for grabs, and it's the last one, and there is protected pancake shield for our tree. We've still got a code into the system, but that's a bit of a complicated one. I need to download the Yanfly plugin for that, and I need to sub to Yanfly on Patreon, I think, to get access to that library. Revenge, Retribution, I like those. I like them for sure. I like Retribution, I really like that one actually. Revenge is more simple. Retribution, let me just define that in the dictionary. Is it basically the same meaning as revenge? I do like the word though, and I think we'll go for that one. Punishment inflicted on someone as vengeance for a wrong or criminal act. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Yeah, that's perfect. That's very fitting. Leering deadlights. That's good too. Elite. I'm kind of attached to Retribution now. I like it. It's kind of haunting. Leering deadlights is more. Say if we wanted to go for more of a comedy kind of playful route with the deer, it would be brilliant. But this deer is spooky. We can't deny it. He's scary. Retribution. I've spelled it right. So counter attacks if hit. But how long does that last for? While he's got the red eyes. Yeah, counter attack if hit while red-eyed. Counter attacks if hit while red-eyed. That doesn't make sense as a sentence. Red-eyed while having red eyes. That's it. Counter attacks if hit while having red eyes. And then eventually his graphic will change back to the black-eyed deer. We need to put the black-eyed deer in place of this one. And then once he's got his black eyes again, he's totally fine to attack. And I think a counter attacker suits this enemy because he's wild and he'll just ram into you. He's a wild deer. And it kind of suits. Out of all our enemies, I feel like counter attack is the most fitting for this particular enemy. And he was the one we were stuck with that last skill for. So I like it. I'm happy with that. Counter attacks. Oh, Retribution. Let's put it in. Retribution. Thank you for that suggestion. I love it, Seronis. It's a good one. Your dev is so organised. Love it. Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say. I like to stay organised as best as I can. I don't want the project becoming chaotic, especially as it's a community one. It's nice to keep it organised. But welcome to the stream, Maro. It's good to meet you. Okay, so I'm going to put the asterisks in front of Retribution just because we haven't put that skill in yet. we've literally just got that one and protective pancake shield now to do, and then we're all done. I do want to tidy things up, of course. There's some animations that I want to change to fit more with the skill. I want to add some sound effects. Just want to make the battle more awesome and look better. Might mess around with plugins, some effects to make the battle system just overall more flashy and interesting. And I might change a couple of things visually with it as well. But it's all going good. I'm really pleased with the progress we've made with enemy skills. I'm kind of probably going to work on Retribution and Protective Pancake Shield off stream, because I've got the next 3 days off. Friday, Saturday and Sunday I don't stream. I work on the game off stream because I need those days to do it. Sometimes on stream we don't get a lot done. It's more of a chatty type time for us when we're actually on stream. And I do the bulk of the work when I'm not on stream. Sometimes it's been productive, but it doesn't always go that way. So yeah, we get in there with the enemies. We spent most of this week working on the enemy skills, and it'd be really nice to get those done and dusted before Monday's stream, and I'll show you guys how they look. And there's still the player skills to do. The goal really, we're not going to go all out with the skills for the players yet. We're going to just work on Warrior, Hunter and Vampire, and literally just their first 4 skills. Warriors we've kind of got, we know what we want for them. Hunter and Vampire, we're still not sure what skills to put in there yet, but I'm going to have a think. The new Vampire Masquerade game is coming out, isn't it, soon? So maybe we can have a look what vampire stuff is in that game for a bit of inspiration as well. And yeah, so that'll obviously have to be put in RPG Maker too, and Photoshop off. All the player skills are down here. So what I'm probably going to do, I don't know, I really have no idea how to organise this, you know. Because I'm doing it backwards, simply so they don't blend in with all these enemy skills. It'll be messy otherwise. So I'm working backwards for the player skills. But at what point do we start Hunter? Because we don't know how many warrior skills we can have. Yet we haven't thought that far ahead. I suppose we could literally just put Hunter here and have 4 skills at a time, but that could be very messy. Or we could just estimate and think Warrior will probably have, say, X number of skills and then start Hunter from here and just leave loads of gaps. We could do it like that. Or say, I might do an estimate, I might do it that way. 2,000 skills will definitely be enough, I hope. But we're going to close the poll now, everybody. So I'm going to have a quick peep at what won before we close it. Oh, okay. So here's the results. My goodness, we did close the gap a little bit. We did close it a bit, but we still have the winner that has been the winner quite early on when we put the poll up. So we got this one. Stumpy is very, very posh, isn't he? Very posh. Or just very religious. I like it. So, Father Realm. Now this is a question. Are we going to just call the tree enemy Father Realm? Maybe we should. Because at the moment his name is Tree. I was thinking let's call him Daddy Tree. But we could call him Father Realm now. Because it's kind of been confirmed that's his name. Yay. So, Right, where are we going to put this dialogue then? So, troops. Father Elm. What, is he an elm tree then? I want to read about elm trees now. Tall tree typically has rough serrated leaves and prepared from root suckers. Okay. But have we got a flaw? Have we got a plot hole already, guys? Because that's what I'm about to say. Elm trees, how do they have maple in them? Like, we've got a plot hole. We can have protective pancake shield, which kind of makes it him obviously a maple tree. Should we call him Father Maple instead then? We were close. Literally all we need to change is say Father Maple instead of Father Elm. But it works. We can do it with Father Maple for sure. And I really like calling him Father Maple because it gives like a bit of, you know, we warned in advance that he's a maple tree and that he's going to have a pancake. He's going to have a pancake shield. It all connects perfectly, doesn't it? Covers all the symbols. It all connects the dots perfectly. I love it. I'm a big fan. Thank you guys for being so creative and coming up with these awesome ideas. It's super exciting. So, Father Maple. Now let's get that Stumpy dialogue put in here. So I assume it's going to be here in the battle events. Oh no, it won't be in there. It's going to be in the common events where he runs away. That's it. So it's going to be somewhere here. We're going to have a message pop up. We can literally just put it at the top. Save me, Father Maple. There we go. So I have no idea how that's going to look in battle. I might like have a little editor if it looks a bit messy, but it's there. We got the winner. Well done, Cheese. I believe it was your submission. Are you guys excited? It's perfect, isn't it? It's brilliant. Okay, I love how we've still got the silliness in the game and we haven't lost that silliness. Raindrop Chronicles is clearly going to be a combination of silly and wacky and dark, because it's going to have the dark elements. We're going to have a side quest where Stumpy gets murdered, so it's clearly going to be dark. Oh no, I get sad just thinking about it. Right, let's see this dialogue. Let's see if it works. The Stumpy dialogue. We'll see how it works in game. Would you care if I sent a message on Steam on Sundays? What message is that, Rod? Oh, okay. What did I miss while I was not here? Well, we got a winner for the poll, Storm Eagle. If you want to see what won. Can I close the poll now? Let me just see if I can, just to stop other people from voting. Now it's closed. Let me see. Let me go back. I don't think I can. I don't think it's going to let me close the poll. But we've got the winner now anyway. So, and it was the Father Elm one that won. But we've changed his name to Father Maple now, because he's a maple tree, not an elm tree. So, here he is. Father Maple. That's his name. And we're going to do a test now to see if Stumpy's dialogue comes up when he flees. Just say nice. Oh, yeah, sure, right. I'm not always online on Steam, though. Most of the time I just appear offline. Because I do get people DM it quite a lot, so I tend to just appear offline. But you can if you want, Rod. You're a friend. Imagine after killing Stumpy, there is and chance to counter an empty battle and no music, and the only thing is just a message. No one showed up but the wind. Oh my goodness. So Storm, this means you are in agreement that we should kill Stumpy. I just feel like in the side quest for the non-compassionate route, that option should be there. And obviously us lovely people won't go for that. We'll make sure he stays alive, but there will be evil people who kill him if we wanted to go for that. But we'll make them feel incredibly guilty. That's what we will do. They'll really regret their decision. Okay, with that, heading off again for the day. Be well, hopefully take care, right? Have an awesome weekend. Optional. Yeah, it's obviously optional. Oh my goodness. This guy's huge. So yeah, it will be optional. It's only because of our moral system. We're gonna have many branching paths in our quests, and we're gonna have really shockingly, really horribly dark routes, and we're gonna have funny routes, and we'll have all sorts of different endings for the quest depending on what you did and what you picked. Didn't get a look today, but I'm willing to have a play with the underlying JS to do some custom stuff. Oh yay! What was it? What did we discuss yesterday? But I'm sure we'll like be able to have some really awesome skill ideas for future bosses and things. And it'd be really cool. I wish I knew some JS so I would be able to do it, but it's gonna be fun. And even like Storm, like you sent me that file, didn't you, yesterday? Like if you ever think of an awesome skill idea for an enemy, then just like literally send it me if you do it in a demo or something like you did yesterday, Storm. He is already waiting to do that quest. Is Weasel gonna kill Storm? Hey, you gonna? Hi Troggy, how you doing? It's awesome to see you. Having a good day? I hope you're doing well. Is it just me or the tree is black? Oh, these are the silhouettes. These are our sprites for the map encounters, but ignore him because he's big and he's looking a bit messy there. But when he's in Serpent's Fork area of Everbloom Forest, we've got a little area for him to stand, and it suits him there. He's not getting in the way of any trees or anything. Oh, hello. Looks like Stumpy's turned into a deer. Right, time to sort that out. I think I know why that happened. It's because I moved them all down by one. There we go. Let's do it again. You think the tree's battler could be a bit bigger? The actual in-battle tree? Father Maple, you mean? We can see if we can make him bigger. That's easy enough to do, isn't it? We just resize. Him when... Everbloom Forest is a mess at the moment. We've got so many sprites. But don't worry, it's not going to look like that in the real thing. It's only because we're doing test plays at the moment. So all the sprites are everywhere. But they'll all have their place. Be nicely spread out in the real thing. Work got rained out this morning. Oh, have you got a day off then? That's awesome if so. The black one's the ones you interact with, right? Yeah, what we're basically doing is that we had an agreement a few months ago that people didn't want random encounters. We wanted on map encounters. Random encounters doesn't seem to be very popular. It annoys some people. So basically we've got these little silhouette sprites walking about on the map, and you run into them to start the battle, and the silhouette resemble the enemy that you're going to be fighting. Basically it's kind of, you get the choice whether you want to fight the battle or not, or you can just go past them if you can't be bothered. And I think that's why some people hate random encounters, because they just come without warning. But I personally love random encounters, but some people hate them. And on map encounters did get the most votes. So Stumpy was eaten by Father May. Yeah, we'll make him a bit bigger. He probably looks like a little bit small, I agree. Should we make him really fill up the screen? How much bigger do you think we should go for him? We'll have a look at him in a second, have a chat about it. But let's see if the dialogue comes up for Stumpy. Okay, so he got spooked then. We didn't get a chance to kill him. I mean, make him run away. We'd never kill him. I want the Waddle to be a slower animation. I want him to look a bit more clumsy, to be honest. So I'm gonna remind you, I will be messing about with the animations and the visual look of the battle system and stuff over the weekend, because I want Jesus to have his axe as well. Okay, so it comes up, but I'm going to change how it visually looks. I'm going to have it a sort of pop up in the right place, because I think it looks a bit weird there. So I'll sort that out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make it look like Stumpy's saying it, of course. And I'll put it above his head or something before he flees, and then he'll disappear. We'll make it work. But at least we've got the dialogue in. We know what the dialogue is, and we'll get it working. So, who did we want to see? We wanted to check Father Maple, didn't we? Hey, that's not him. It's Stumpy. Yeah, I moved all the them down one in the database, so that's why the wronging counters are coming up. I'm old, so used to FF Star Battles sucking you, and you used to the random encounters, yeah. Chrono Trigger kind of had an on-map encounter thing. Persona does as well. A lot of the more modern games tend to be going for that. People are like saying random encounters are like outdated now. People don't appreciate them anymore. Yeah, he's a tiny. He needs to be bigger. How much bigger would you say? Twice the size? 50% the size? He is a small one. He needs to be far more scary than that. Like when you look at his like silhouette, it's absolutely huge. So it needs to kind of match up with that, I'd say. So yeah, we'll make him bigger for sure. And yeah, so it's just getting his skill done, protected pancake shield, and retribution for the deer. So let's just have a little peek. Protected pancake shield. So let's finalise again what protected pancake shield is going to do. We kind of were a little bit, we were like, should it have its own HP pool or shield? It should probably at least have a shield, not so much a HP pool but a shield. But you mentioned there's some Yanfly plugins, so I'm going to look into them. I've got to be a Patreon for Yanfly, so I'm going to do that this weekend and get those plugins downloaded. And I'll see if we can get a sort of shield for the tree for this ability, and just make the battle better than it is, because it's boring at the moment without protected pancake shield. I'm going to get a better animation for the roots, because I want a more tree viney kind of animation for that. And retribution, my new favourite skill, is a counter attack if hit while having red eyes. So I'm going to have to look into how to get that set up as well. So I don't think they're outdated, but some games make the chance of encounter so high it's annoying to be in the eye of the world. Yeah, the interruption I think bothers people, and the lack of being able to explore, because it kind of stops people wanting to walk around the map in fear of that they'll get a random encounter. But the good thing about map encounters, that how we're doing it in our game, is, I mean, this area looks messy because we've been using it for testing, but realistically they're going to be spread out on the map like here. So there'll be little black sprites as you walk through, and you can just walk past them. You can choose if you want to attack them and when you want to attack them, so you've got the choice. And I think that appeals to people more because it allows them to explore for a bit before they ever fight. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I think like the whole silhouette thing is good. I like that we've done it that way, because having the actual enemy on the map is difficult because it kind of, we're using a different art style for the actual in-game battlers compared to what's on the fields, and they probably would look a bit weird. So, and also they don't animate like they do on here, so I'm happy using silhouettes. And we did manage to find a silhouette for each enemy. Luckily we did find a little stumpy silhouette, which made me happy. We got one for the deer as well. The tree one was the hardest to do, but we managed to pull it off in the end. It doesn't move or animate, it just stays rooted to the spot at least. So we're nearly there with the enemies. We're just tidying things up now, making sure the battles are balanced, and then we can move on to the player skills and stuffs. Getting sucked into a random fight every 6 tiles gets old, but spaced out is fine. Yeah. Hi Neffel. Oh, you got over 100 raindrops now. Storm Eagle nearly getting there too. Save me from the... Oh, you playing Final Fantasy 14? I remember that dungeon. It was horrible. You mentioned a morality system. Ever consider having more violent players and more random encounters, and those who are more peaceful, merciful get clues to avoid those fights if they want? I think that with the morality system, it'll be more of a thing that affects the quests, like choices that you can make. Like the quests will branch out with different paths depending on what you say and what you do. And it'll also affect how NPCs react to you too. They'll speak to you differently if you've done things a certain way. But it's all based, we've decided compassion, bravery and wisdom are the 3 key traits that our morality system is going to be based around. And you'll either gain or lose points in those 3 things. And so there will, we've kind of already done that on our first quest. We've had the option to push an NPC in a lake and be really like an asshole, or you have the option to be honest and nice to the girl. So that's the introduction to the morality system. But as for just the generic battles and how the battle system works, it'll probably mostly be the same. It's mostly going to be a quest and story thing with the morality system. Could you send the Stumpy silhouette? I want to try making the overworld character sprite for him. The overall character sprite? Don't you like this one? Don't you like the one we've got? Do you think you don't look like Stumpy enough? I thought we got a good one. The closest we could get anyway. But if you don't like him, what's wrong with him? Okay, so what's the time? Oh no, it's near the end of the stream. Just as we were getting into things. But it's probably a good time to end it because the stuff like the other last 2 skills are a bit more difficult, so I probably need to look into those off stream. I like a colour and details for the side quest one. I like the silhouette. How do you mean, Storm? I'm confuzzled about coloured one. Do you mean you would want a different one for the side quest, Stumpy? Sorry for being confused. Sometimes I don't get chat messages straight away. Sometimes I get confused. That's just me. But yeah, we are kind of sticking to the silhouette thing for the particular map. But for the battle sprites, if that's what you mean, when we're in battle, yeah, we totally having the coloured ones for that. So, but yeah, if you want the if that's what you mean, the actual battle one, then yeah, cool. You're welcome to have a little edit of that one if you want to. So I liked what you did with the flower and the bee. It inspired me to have like side quest enemies where we can use those assets. So I'm intrigued by what you have in mind for Stumpy for the side quest. Are you going to do a really sad Stumpy where he's all broken and ruined? That would be interesting. Make all those horrible players that killed Stumpy regret it. Yeah. Let me have a look. Because I have a folder. It's on the desktop somewhere, and I put all the monsters in there. Yeah, I've got him. I can put him in Discord. I'll upload him in the Discord right now. I'll put him in the skill discussion because it's probably more related to that. Oh dear. Let's go off there. Where is he? Where are you hiding, Stumpy? There he is. Why is he called Sprout? I'm changing his name again. He looks nothing like a sprout. He's a stump. Okay, so I've uploaded him in the skill discussion section of the Discord. So if you do wanna, just let me know if you want any of the assets for sure. And you have total freedom, because I think the guy who designed these, I keep forgetting his name, but I know who he is. He does let people edit them, doesn't he? I'm sure that's in his terms and conditions to do that if we wish. And you have freedom to do that if you want, for sure. But yeah, for the maps here, it's the actual black little things that walk across the map. We probably not going to use any coloured ones for them. We'll keep them as silhouettes just for consistency. Damage states for him. Yeah, totally. And if you want to post them in here to show us what you've done, feel free to. I think that'd be awesome, because we're going to have a side quest, aren't we, with Stumpy? We've confirmed that. So we'll make use of those then. All enemies are finished. Mostly. I mean, let's get before we end stream, let's just have a look. We kind of talked about the deer, and we decided we've got a skill for that, retribution, and it's going to be a counter attack. What's going to happen is he's going to have black eyes like this by default. And his eyes will turn red when he uses retribution, and it's kind of like, you can't hit me while I've got red eyes, otherwise I'm going to counter-attack you if you do. I mean, you can hit him if you want, but you'll just get counter-attacked. That's the downfall to attacking him if he does have the red eyes. But then his eyes all go black again. And I thought it was just an interesting way to show the counter-attack mechanic, I guess, and having his eyes change to signify when you can attack him and when you can't. And it really kind of makes the deer creepy, like a creepy kind of enemy, I feel, that sort of addition. And I like it, and it makes him a bit less boring, because he was a bit boring before that. And yeah, so really we've kind of done these. We've got to just implement protective pancake shield and retribution now, and then all the skills are done. They're all in the database, and I guess it's just adding some nice awesome sound effects and appropriate animations to these skills. So I'm going to have a little peek to see if we can have some, because I know you said a panda sound for Stumpy. Where is it? A panda sneeze, that's it. A panda sneeze for the spoop skill, and I've got that written down in my notes. So we'll make sure we get some appropriate sounds and animations, because the default ones aren't the best. We can definitely be a bit more creative. So yeah, we those are the 7 enemies. There's not going to be any more in the Everbloom Forest, but we will be having a cave. In Tallstone Mountain, we have a little cave here, so there will be a point in the game very soon. Whether it's going to be a main quest or a side quest, we don't know. Probably a main quest, because it's going to be another dungeon. And it'll lead to this cave, and we'll have a chance to have more enemies then and think of some more skills. But before that, we will have the first boss. The first boss is going to be a really interesting one. We'll have to think of some really cool mechanics for it. And ways to make the fight exciting. So I'll be excited for that, and going going well. We might be able to start that first boss at some point this month, maybe in the next couple of weeks, because we made good progress on the skills. I think for Monday's stream and next week we're going to go back to the player skills probably, because we will have probably finalised the enemy skills by then. We'll do a little bit more battle testing to make sure everything's balanced if necessary, because I want to show you guys how Protective Pancake Shield and Retribution work as well, because I'll be working on them over the weekend. So I want to show you those. So we'll definitely do some battle tests on Monday. But we're going to go back to the skill strip tree stuff and get the skill tree implemented and the player skills put into the game and decided. And then really once they're done, really it is the next part of the story in the first boss. We're completely finished with the Everbloom Forest at that point, so it'll be time to do the boss. And then it'll be the Lakefall side quests after that. I'd say that once the first boss is done, it'll be the best time to start thinking about side quests then, because we'll have really finished the main quest for Everbloom Forest. And yeah, lots of fun things to come. But oh my goodness, it's nearly the end of stream. So who wants to raid? I'm going to do the raid command. Rose Raid Blood, feel free to join me. Be awesome if you do. Crying bad, no. Another 3 days until Rose stream. And if there's anything at all you want to suggest, Discord, we got, let's get it up. Skill discussion, if anybody has any cool ideas or things that just want to mention, or even if they say, oh, here's a plugin that might be useful for that skill that we were talking about on stream, or here's this, then feel free to post over the weekend in Discord, or anything in general at all. I am back. Welcome back, Kermit. We're just about to finish up. So should we go say hi to Elite again, guys? So I'm not sure who to give a raid to today, and Elite's kind of our default when there's no one particular in mind to raid. So we will go over and say hi to Elite. He's streaming some RPG Maker stuffs. And thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Let's get Elite stream up ready. Raid Elite. Yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a blast, and thank you for all your awesome ideas and making the game even more awesome, chat. Couldn't have done it without you. Have a good weekend and see you on Monday. All the best.